Hi, welcome to another Power Blast podcast. Today we're going to talk about how to make the perfect health shake. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, Perry Tinsley here, creator of the Power Blast podcast. I'm a health and fitness coach, and today we're going to talk about making the perfect health shake. I know a lot of times people are out there thinking, what could I put into my health smoothie, or if I'm going to do a meal replacement or a protein shake, or there's a lot of different things out there. And really depending on your needs and your goals and the calories that you're looking to intake or sugars, I'm just going to share some of the things that I've tried over the years or maybe some of my friends have when it comes to putting ingredients in to your perfect health shake. Now, it would be really kind of crazy cool if I was in the kitchen and putting all this together in different ways, but because the options are pretty much endless in many respects, I'm just going to talk about some different things that you may want to consider in when you go to create your healthy creation. So, one of the things that you want to do is I always recommend using a blender. I know a lot of times people are like all about the shaker cup, but depending on the ingredients you put in there, the shaker cup may not lend itself really well to doing that. Now, if you're on the go and you're just like, you've got your health shake powder and you're going to pop it in with some water or whatever, and you need the grab and go quick, on your way, well, that's it. But I always recommend using a blender just because it just seems to combine the ingredients to really great flavorful creations. So you want to start with a base. Your base can be, you want to watch the calorie count here as you're adding these things in here. Your base can be water. I use filtered water, or unsweetened almond milk, or coconut water, or I think there's even unsweetened cashew milk and a few others out there that I might be even coconut milk, but even skim milk. Now, I don't personally use that, but that's an option to have as a base. So you put that in there. You'll want to read the ingredients, as you're putting, follow a recipe, and so it would be. So you want to consider how much liquid to put in there. I do 8 ounces myself, but I think, some people like, a little bit less, a little bit more. So you're going to have to tweak this to make it your own. After the base, you want to put in some sort of superfood powder that you might be using or that you're looking to go out and buy. Now, I'm going to tell you what, there's a lot of things out there that build them, they tell the people, or they label this stuff as healthy, but you got to watch out for hidden ingredients in there before you go and buy it. So while something might seem like a really super cheap, awesome value, the trade-offs may be some hidden ingredients that are really going to sabotage or halt your results, or even have you gaining weight. So watching for things like gluten, dextrin, glucose, artificial sweeteners, soy protein, vegetable oils and fats, thickeners and gums. Be an ingredient reader when you're deciding, and choosing that. I use a vegan blend. My system just seems to like that. And ones that I've tried over the years are, I've tried ones from Garden of Life. Vega One is another one I've tried, and Shakeology, as you probably know. Shakeology, that's given me probably the best results of anything I've ever tried, and I really don't deviate from that. But there are others out there, and you want to do your own research and try them, but be an ingredient reader before you go and buy it. So the next thing after your base, you want to put the powder in there. There's a lot of different flavors out there. I'm really digging my vegan vanilla flavor right now, but there's chocolate and there's coffee flavors and strawberry, and there's a lot of other flavors out there. But once again, watch for all those hidden ingredients. Make sure it's as natural as you can possibly get. Next thing is you may want to consider, now you're not building on a parfait of any sort here, but these are some other things that you can add to create just some unique health benefits, or even some different texture or different flavors. So greens is another thing that you can put in there. So things like spinach, kale, Swiss chard, romaine, arugula, collard greens. I know it sounds gross, but when I actually did this, I grabbed a handful of spinach. I'm like, okay, I've seen people do this before. I don't know about that. It actually, you don't notice it all that much, and it kind of changes the thickness and the texture a little bit, and it's actually, it's good for you. You're getting good stuff in there. So you really hardly notice it. Sometimes I'll use a green powder that is kind of a powderized blend of some of those things. It's like kale and spinach, and I forget all the other things in there, but sometimes I'll do that if I don't have enough of the other things on hand. I don't add all the different things, just try one. It will make your health shake green, or if you start adding some other fruit, it can make it kind of a weird brown flavor, or not flavor, but color. But it's good stuff. And if you can, if color's important to you and you're not a fan of green, maybe avoid the green stuff. But I love it, and I don't do it all the time, but I do it from time to time. Another thing that you can add is fruit, and I think that's very popular with smoothies and stuff like that, and people will add fruit. I know for me, I like to add a little bit of banana, not a whole banana, but like a quarter or half of one. Strawberries, blueberries, apples, kiwi. I haven't added kiwi, but I hear people do it. Mango really makes it nice and thick. Blackberries, blueberries, pineapple, raspberries. There's other things too. Watermelon that I've heard people using. One of the things I really like doing is using frozen fruit. It somehow makes it like smoother, creamier. I don't know. It's interesting. If I put in like a half a banana, the consistency of the shake will be different if it's a frozen half a banana. It's just kind of the way that is. So I really like it that way. Another thing to add is some fats. These can be nut butters or ground flaxseed, shredded coconut. I have even known people, if you really want kind of a creamy smoothness to it, avocado is another thing that I've seen people add to their health shakes. So those are the main things. You can add ice to your preference to chill it up a little bit. If you're using the frozen fruit, maybe you don't need to do that. For me, I don't know. You come to my house, if we've got my family over, visiting from out of town, you'll see 5 people everybody making their shake a different way. One person's making their shake and letting it sit in the fridge a little bit. One person's making their shake, drinking it out of a straw. Another one's using a shaker cup. For me, I like to make mine thick enough to eat with a spoon. So you're going to see some frozen fruit in there, but you're going to see me adding a bunch of ice to it and actually getting out a spoon and eating it almost kind of like ice cream in a way. So it's kind of like a blizzard, but not like you can tip it upside down. It will pour on the floor. But I love to do that. Other things that I've added to kind of boost that shake a little bit, I've added some fiber, like a little scoop of insoluble and soluble fiber, a little combination for just some digestive health. Like I said before, I've added the greens to it, but you can add things like ground spices. I have a friend out there that he adds cinnamon all the time to his. I've even experimented a little bit of putting in just a little teeny bit of cayenne pepper into a chocolate for like a Mayan chocolate sort of flavor. It kind of creates a little heat, but not overbearing. So that's kind of cool. Here's another thing. If you do the cinnamon with a little bit of cayenne pepper, now you've got kind of this red hot effect. It's really intriguing. I've seen people adding things like extracts, like a mint extract or a coconut extract or rum extract. So there's a lot of different things that you can do that way. I hear that grated ginger is a possibility that people have really enjoyed doing that, and the health benefits of ginger. So those are just some ideas. Once again, I think using a blender is kind of the way to go. We used to have a Cuisinart, but now we use a Blendtec. Absolutely love it. But I do know, people love their Ninjas. They love their Vitamix. They love their Bullets. As a matter of fact, I had it was kind of like a Bullet knockoff. It really was. It wasn't an actual Bullet, but it was a small blender like that I used to keep at work. And I would actually buy a couple small bags of frozen fruit, and I would put it in. I was a teacher, so I put it in the teacher lounge and in the freezer. And then I would just go and grab take that little bullet and put in a little bit of frozen fruit. And I already had my powder there, just added some water and went into my office, blended it up, and boom, I had my health shake for lunch each day. And that's kind of a nice convenient way to do it, and not have to take myself out of the game by going out to eat or anything like that for lunches, and to keep on track with my goals. So there's a lot of great recipes out there. Use Google, just to say, I'm making a health shake, mango health shake, and see what recipes are out there. Once again, watching the ingredients, of course. I'll leave a link in the show notes for some recipes that I've used, and you can check those out. So a toast of health to you, my friend. And you know what? I want to show you this. This is really cool. My cousin, Julie Jones, out there, made this really cool mug for me. She's a ceramic artist, and she makes all these creations. And check out the title on that thing. Is that awesome or what? This is Power Blast. Power Blast on this ceramic mug. Very, very cool. I absolutely love it. So really, I wish I had a shake in here that just toast to you all. But anyway, a toast of health to you, my friend. If you find anybody out there that you think could benefit from these tips, please pass it on. It'd be really great. It'd be my honor to help teach them. And if there's any ideas of things that you've used in your shake that maybe I didn't mention that you think others could benefit, please email me, perrytinsley@gmail.com, and I can add that in to the show notes as well. So you absolutely rock. If you're watching on video here, that's really, really cool. You know what? If you go over to iTunes, you can actually download this podcast either in video or audio. So if you're driving in your car and you just want to listen, it comes in 2 versions just for you because you've asked for it. You absolutely rock, my friend. And always remember, it's never too late. We'll see you next week.